Caribbean food is great, but it takes so much time to make Caribbean food. You don't just whip it up like that to get those kinds of flavors. So with our condiments, people can pop a jar and use it as a flavor enhancer. My name is Resa Solomon St. Louis, and my company is Bacchanal. We specialize in Caribbean lifestyle foods, excited about creating that intersection between Caribbean food, Caribbean lifestyle through food, and our Canadian culture. More recently, I was really excited to have been identified by Food Network Canada as one of the top women-led food businesses in Canada. We've got different flavors and different palates. So for example, our sweet jerk sauce is sweet and spicy. Our cranberry sorrel compote is sweet and tangy. We have a spicy jerk marinade, a very spicy West Indian pepper sauce. Our Trini style flavors are our roasted tomato choka sauce and tamarind rum sauce. Choka is a way of cooking certain types of vegetables, the more fruity kind. It's roasted with garlic, sea salt, a dried chili or dried cayenne pepper, and cumin. You get a really interesting savory flavor, really is very bountiful. Often it is used as a side dish in Trinidad and Tobago. By turning it into a sauce, it makes it more versatile. I'm a child of immigrants, and I'm very much aware of the sacrifice and everything that my parents gave up when they moved here from Trinidad and Tobago to create a better life for themselves and for their future generations. And I really feel that I owe it to them for everything that they gave me to do my best. My name is Resa Solomon St. Louis, and I'm the chef and owner of Bacchanal, Taste the Caribbean Lifestyle. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so excited to have you join me here in my home. You've seen me around maybe in farmers markets. We also do catering across the city, prepared meals, and make our own artisan sauces and spice blends, which make great foodie gifts. And today, I'm happy to be here in my home. This is where it all starts for me. I'm inspired by my family, by my friends. I love to eat, I love to cook, and this is one of the reasons why I became a chef. And in fact, we started off our business more or less in farmers markets, and we have a great local connection that we totally cherish. Our kitchen at 1805 Gaspé Avenue is co-located with Ottawa Street Markets, and we've got some goodies from Ottawa Street Markets today, as well as some of our local vendors. So today, we've got some nice fresh kale, some peppers, tomatoes, some cucumbers, and a delicious olive oil from the unrefined olive right here in Ottawa, and a balsamic vinegar. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to be inspired by this, because with this kale, I think what I'll do is make a kale salad, a massaged kale salad with a lemon parm kind of dressing, and we are going to enjoy that with a pineapple beef that is great for the grill, or you can make it in the oven. So let's get to cooking. Okay, we're ready to make our pineapple beef. This is somewhat of an Asian flair, but definitely a tropical flair. We're going to be using a beautiful fresh pineapple for this dish. So I'm going to start off with the pineapple, just cutting the top off. Great, set that aside. That'll make a beautiful garnish later. Now I'm going to cut my pineapple, and we're actually going to be, I like to kind of cook it down with the skewers for the beef. Get all these little tough hairy bits off. Cut off the bottom. There's some interesting things you can do with these romaines, but we'll save that for another time. Okay, so now I just want to cut the pineapple in a way that it'll go nicely onto skewers. It smells so delicious and sweet. You know, it brings me right back to the Caribbean. Certain fruits, fresh limes, fresh pineapple, and I love to cook with these nice fresh tropical fruits, and it's really a nice addition to the beef. Okay, there we go. Almost done here. And this dish, ideally you would marinate it overnight if you can, if you have the time. But you know what? If you don't have the time, it's still going to taste great. You're just going to get a little bit more of a flavor infusion if you are going to be marinating your beef overnight. Okay, so now let's move on to the beef. The cut we're going to use today is a flank steak. So the flank steak, what we're going to do first of all is we're going to season it up, and we're going to season it with, of course, our Bacchanal spice blend, bit of salt, not too much though, because we are going to be using soy sauce in this dish, or in my case, I'm actually going to be using some gluten-free tamari sauce. Rubbing in some nice ginger. That's going to be a nice development with the pineapple. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do is slice that. And I'm going to just continue on with this one here so you can see how it is sliced. So this one already has a bit of seasoning on it, so we'll add in some of the I'm actually going to slice this up just a little bit more because I would like to introduce the pineapple as a skewer, because sometimes what you can do with this dish is you can just cook the pineapple alongside it, but I really like to have it on with the beef so that it's really infused. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting the beef into some strips, like cutting the strips a little bit shorter so that they will go nicely on the skewer. And it's really aromatic with the ginger, and you can smell all the spices really marrying together. So when I was talking earlier about marinating it, I mean, ideally you are going to marinate this overnight with the soy sauce. It really, you know, kind of seeps into it and enhances the flavor. I think we've got enough, good amount to start there. So my beef is ready to add the soy sauce. Just clean here a little bit. Of course, you have to always make sure that when we're cooking with raw beef, raw poultry, raw meat, that we do sanitize our surfaces afterwards. I'm actually just going to put on some fresh, clean gloves, and I'm mindful of the order in which I'm touching things so that I can avoid contamination. Okay, so put on a generous amount of the soy sauce, and we're going to get that pineapple in there with it. We'll add some more if we need to and mix it all together. So I would normally want to marinate this at least for a few hours. All right, there we go. So let's see how we would bring this all together in terms of our skewers. And you can see that this is an amazing option for the grill. So I'm just going to alternate with pineapple and the beef. It's so colorful and flavorful. So you can do it on the grill, or you can do it on a grill setting carefully in your oven as well. See? Take a look at that. Let's do a few more. And look how this is really a quick dish, right? It doesn't take a lot because the ingredients that we're using are already packed with flavor. Our spice blend has oregano, paprika, garlic, onions. It's got crushed dried peppers, and also a bit of allspice in it. So it's already extremely flavorful. And so when you are adding these things into your dish, it's already built in with everything that you need. And so then you can put things together quite quickly. So you can use, you can also use something like a steak spice or any type of mixed seasoning that you prefer. And if you're not like into the spices too much, of course, you can just use salt and pepper. It really, honestly, when we're cooking at home, the reason why we're cooking at home is you want to make it the way that you like it. So these are just some ideas. You can pick up on this and kind of modify it and make it your own. Alrighty, so we'll do one more, and basically, of course, you're just going to finish this up after you've marinated it, ideally, and then it's going to go on a grill setting in the oven. And you know what? If you have some help to get this done, you know, be like Henny Penny. Say, if you want this, you better come and help me out too and learn, right? It can be an easy family affair to do this. Alrighty, so we'll get this ready to go in the oven, and then what we're going to do is put together a nice massaged kale salad with the lemon parm dressing, and we have a delicious watermelon mojito to go to drink with this. So our beautiful pineapple beef is going to be complemented by a simple but delicious kale salad. And we're going to go with a lemon parm dressing. I like to keep my kale simple. And you know, the thing I love about kale, including it's so densely nutritious, is that in the Ottawa area, you can get fresh kale for months and months and months. Like, look for fresh kale well into the fall, starting from the spring. And you can get different varieties: black kale, regular green kale, purple kale. I like green kale, so this is what I've got here today. And I'm excited to see this at the farmer's market this weekend. So we're going to start with a bit of sea salt. Let's season the kale. Good dash, maybe a little more. And now we're going to add in some cracked pepper. And you know what? A lot of the time, some people don't like kale. They say it's rabbit food. But you know what? The rabbit food is good for us, so that's all right. What I'm going to do is add in some olive oil next. This is a Greek Kornecki olive oil, really flavorful. And I find that in order to really enjoy the joy kale, because I could practically eat all of this myself, and that's okay. It's a great thing to eat a lot of. Is you want to massage the kale. So I'm really getting in there, working it hard, and you can see that even the volume is starting to go down quite a bit. Because what it does is it breaks down some of those fibers and tissues in the kale, and then you're starting to get it soft, almost like a lettuce. So ideally what you can do is just cover it with a bit of saran wrap, let it sit for about 20 minutes or so, and then you know what, it'll be even softer. But I'm used to the texture of kale, so I don't really mind, and I know already I can feel that I've broken it down quite a bit. This is going to be awesome. Almost like you're washing your hands with the kale. And I'm getting in good and ready here because I also am wearing gloves, so I'm not afraid to, be very vigorous with the kale. All right, so we've worked in olive oil, salt, pepper, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in this lemon balsamic dressing. So fruity, but not super fruity. What you could also do is just go with fresh lemon. I'm planning on eating some of this myself, so I'm not going to use fresh lemon because I'm actually allergic to it if I have too much. So I'm just going to use the lemon balsamic to get that flavor. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some nice grated parm. Delicious. This is like, you might have had this dish at one of your favorite restaurants. And you know what? This is a simple dish to prepare. All right. I think that's it. You can add a little bit more cracked pepper when you're ready to taste it, if you like, or a little bit more salt, but hopefully you won't need too much. There we go, and we're going to enjoy that with our pineapple beef and a watermelon mojito coming right up. We're almost ready to dig into this awesome meal, which, you know what, because we can cook our pineapple beef in the oven, you can enjoy these flavors any time of the year. Enjoy a taste of the Caribbean right in your home, any day, any time of the year. Whether you're going to grill outside or pop it into the oven, because let's give that beef a check and see if it's ready. We probably want to turn it over and baste it. And you can see what I mean. You're going to get that barbecue effect right in the oven. Take a look at that. There's a beautiful char. And you can get that from the grill setting or the broil setting in your oven. I'm just going to take some of the natural juices that are in the pan and just reintroduce them. Flip around some of the beef so that we can bring some of the pieces that are lower down to the top and make sure that all pieces get a little bit of the char. It's going to be so delicious. So this is just going to take another 5 minutes or so. We've had it in the oven for about 10 minutes on a broil setting. I think now we can mix up that drink. So we want a tropical inspired drink to go with our tropical inspired food. And today we're going to go with a nice watermelon mojito. So mint, of course. We've got some brown sugar in there to muddle it with my little handy dandy muddler, and some fresh pineapple, and we're going to add in some lime. So let me just start with the muddling. And of course you can make this as a cocktail or a mocktail, it's up to you. The traditional alcohol that goes in this drink is rum, of course. And we've got two kinds. Every Caribbean island has its own rum. We have our choice of our Angostura 1919 and also our Barbancourt. This is a lovely gift of a Haitian rum that I received. I think I'll try this one. As you can see, we've had some of the 1919 already. So I'm going to add in a bit of the rum. I'm going to mix that around a bit. And then I like to add in sparkling water. We usually have all kinds in our house, naturally flavored, so I'm just going to pick this one here. There's no added sugar or anything. It's just sparkling water and natural flavor. Give that another stir. You know what? If you don't like the texture, you can strain it out. I like seeing the color and the texture, so I don't mind. Alrighty. And I'm going to just squeeze a little bit of fresh lime in there. We've already got our mint. And I think the only thing it needs is a little bit of Angostura bitters. And then we're going to check on our skewers. There we go. Bitters makes every cocktail and mocktail perfect, I think. And let's finish this up. Perfect. So, I think you'll agree that we have a delicious tropical inspired meal, so quick to make, fantastic on the grill, or fantastic at home, together with this watermelon mojito. You're ready to enjoy a hot backyard summer, taste the Caribbean lifestyle in your own home. Thank you very much for joining me in the kitchen with Resa.